What's a sequel is better than the original? Shook One's PT. 2. Age of Empires 2. Star Trek 2. The Wrath of Khan. Song 2 Blur. The Good, the Bad and the Ugly. Road Warrior. What's a dealbreaker when it comes to dating? The date being obsessed with themselves or continually talking about their ex-partners. A fix me person. I will support you to be your best, but I am not responsible to fix you. Not brushing your teeth, poor dental hygiene on a regular basis. They don't initiate anything such as dates or intimacy. When you notice that they want to change you into ways they like more. Subtle hints at start, but progressively they get more ballsy. Flat earther. What cover songs are better than the original? Santana's version of Black Magic Woman, originally by Fleetwood Mac. Because the Night by Patti Smith. It was originally a Bruce Springsteen song that he wrote and performed. But for whatever reason, gave it to her. I heard the Springsteen E Street Band's original spin on it. And although it's amazing, Smith's rendition is otherworldly. Crazy by Patsy Cline. Better performed, and most people just assume she was the original. It was actually Willie Nelson's song he wrote and performed first, but just didn't have the same impact as her singing it. Jimi Hendrix's All Along the Watchtower is much better than Dylan's. Tainted Love by Soft Cell. They might be giants, Istanbul, not Constantinople. The original is just very cheesy. And the singing sounds very flat and stilted compared to TMBG. Almost like what a little kid sounds like when singing. Let's say plastic surgery is free, what would you get done? My crow's feet. Years of working construction and smoking have taken their toll. I have the skin of a man 20 years older with the features of a man 15 years younger, so I think I look a bit weird. Does surgical tattoo removal count? I'm fat and plan on not being fat, so probably removing the excess skin when that's done. Forehead lowering surgery so large and shiny you could reflect a death ray off of it. Hair plugs. Under eye bag removal. Hemorrhoids cauterized. Butthole bleached. Liposuction. Something for acne scars. Lazy eye correction. Something to open nostrils up for better breathing. Something to correct my overbite. A slew of dental surgeries. Deviated septum surgery. Not sure if it qualifies, but some doctors have told me it's a cosmetic surgery. I just want to be able to breathe properly, man. What is the most backhanded compliment you have ever received? You've gained some weight, but you wear it well. Wow, that's a really great picture of you. It doesn't look like you at all. Quote. A guy at a sandwich shop said to me just yesterday, anyone ever tell you you look like that actor? That was in. And he trailed off trying to think of who I reminded him of. Naturally in my head I'm thinking Ben Affleck. Lol. And then he says, the guy from Mall Cop. Yup. Paul Blart. My wife and son thought it was pretty funny. During a family counseling thing when I was in high school, the counselor asked my mom to say one single positive thing about me. She said, he could be doing better in school. Pissed me the fuck off. My son's friend has beautiful curly hair just like yours. It always looks like it needs brushing to me. You're short, but hey, at least you're proportional. What? How do you usually respond to a homeless person asking you for money? Okay, so my car is a rusty old beater with the bumpers duct taped on. The other day there was a man panhandling where I was stopped at a red light and he asked all the cars for cash, and when he got to mine I didn't even have to say anything. He put his hands up, laughed and walked past me. So yeah. I'm one missed paycheck from asking you the same thing. I live downtown in a major city. I get asked for money about 5x per day. I just smile and keep walking. I regularly buy water and food for the ones that sleep near my apartment that I see repeatedly. I smile sheepishly while shaking my head and walking past. I don't carry cash, which is true. Because I don't carry cash. My phone is encrypted and biometrically locked. And the cards I carry are easily cancelled and replaced. Gotta make it so if you get mugged you don't have to do much after handing it all over. I usually just say, no. Sorry. If I give money to everyone who asks me, I'm going to be homeless too. Which game has a mind-blowingly good soundtrack? Bastion. Halo 3 ODST. Hotline Miami. Final Fantasy VII. Or basically anything that was scored by Nobuo Uematsu. Hades' soundtrack is ducking baller! Exclamation mark. Doom 2016. What's the fastest way you get rid of your hangover? I find I need a second sleep to fully get rid of it. Be 23 years old. Boy does that change when you get older. Be under 25. Don't do this. Oxygen. Worked at a shop with an acetylene torch. We turn off the gas and take a hit of oxygen off the nozzle first thing in the morning. Worked every time. Almost instantly. Again. Don't do this. Just get drunk again. Had a roommate that was a paramedic. She'd IV herself with a saline drip when she was really hungover. I thought it was crazy until I was super hungover. She did it to me and like an hour later I felt 90% better. What movie was better than the book? Jaws. No mafia and affair subplots and the ending is massively streamlined for the better. In the book they hunt the shark over about 3.5 days and they come back to port at the end of each day, which kills the pacing and a lot of the tension. Quint also doesn't have the amazing USS Indianapolis backstory in the book. The Godfather. The book is melodramatic and Sonny's penis is practically its own character with its own B-plot and character arc, and people who have read The Godfather know how little I'm joking there. Rita Hayworth in The Shawshank Redemption. There's no central warden character in the novel. Shawshank goes through about 3 to 4 wardens over the course of the book who pop in and out of the narrative as needed to fulfill specific roles at key moments in the story, but none of them see Andy as anything but a generic prisoner until the last one, who uses him in his money laundering scam. Those are all distilled into a single Warden Norton in the film, giving the narrative a human villain. The author Chuck Palahniuk thinks the movie Fight Club is better than the book. I love both, but I will say because the written word is so deliberate. The twist was more shocking in the movie versus the book. In the movie, the hints are more subtle in a really brilliant way. Forrest Gump. Practical magic. I love the movie with Sandra Bullock and Nicole Kidman. I watch it every Halloween. But I read the book recently and it was not good. The movie is much better. Band of Brothers. Not that the book isn't good, but Ambrose's approach to historical accuracy is questionable at best. For instance, almost every German unit Easy Company faces in combat is described as elite, when most of the units were just regular Wehrmacht troops. Shrek. It took a simple children's fairy tale picture book that was pretty cute and turned it into a spoof comedy with lots of layers. Subscribe, my brothers.